Hello everyone, this is Partyfoot, signing in again with more Rimworld gameplay. We literally are just, we just put a cut in since we were last here in the first episode. So here we are, coming into the nighttime, everyone's sleeping in their cozy little barracks. How are people doing? Now, our initial set of guys were on the strong side. Okay, we felt charitable by helping those people. We have inbuilt, basically, a Nakmar's monk can't really get upset. I guess they could develop mental stress over time, but, if they didn't get to eat yesterday, they don't care. They're just basically living in a constant present state only. So, they can still suffer and be unhappy as they starve to death, right? But it's very hard for them to accumulate mental damage, so I thought this guy should be quite sanguine, and of course gave him that trait. And Jethro also is a, highly trained officer, so to speak. So I gave him a greedy trait because I thought, he is also an officer. But steadfast and joyous, so he's basically going to be someone who's going to be generally helping people around him and also not himself breaking. It would be quite embarrassing for a Voider. Okay, walking through climbing over Jess, sleeping in their bed to eat a meal. This is my fault as a designer, but I find it amusing. I'm glad that happened. Suck it, Jess. I'm sorry. You've been working hard for us. I really shouldn't be treating you that way, but there we go. Stacking the pile more efficiently. We do have a stacking mod. I just don't love the idea of having huge rooms full of 75 stack worth of stuff. I guess it's probably a little bit overpowered once again, but I basically don't care. I just like to have fun, play some Rimworld, do some roleplay. Monks work in the field. This is the kind of life that actually Nakmars would thrive in. There should be some Nakmars with good disposition who have had the opportunity to kind of live an overall positive life. A lot of them are going to be living on ships, their whole lives basically just being this kind of despised source of authority, this ever-present authority that no one would talk around you. Da 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 da. You don't have any memory, so I guess you don't care. But I guess yeah. Okay, this doesn't work quite as well as I'd envisaged it. Maybe can we reinstall this? Yeah. Let's do. This is a good spot for it. Let's just move the door. The door is the thing that's actually in the wrong place. Let's do that. And let's do... Can we just... No, we can't. Okay, deconstruct the existing door. Put a new wooden wall there once you're done. Okay, Evie is mining out. You would definitely have Nakmars be doing physical labor, right? I think in the story they're going to also have this kind of martial ability, unlike this guy who's blind and not at all a fighter. But the martial ability will be, mostly not to the detriment of this individual who is basically going to be taken over by a third party. I always get put on the spot naming these things. I guess Void Family Outpost. I guess. I don't know if three of us are considered enough to be called a family. Settlement name Juno, sure, why not? This dark room that we have. Let's put some light in here. This whole place needs a serious. It's in furniture, isn't it? We have wall lamps. We do, thank the gods. Some wall lamps like this, probably good. This is a brutal room. Look at that. I am slightly exploiting the fact that they don't care about this situation. We're idle? Okay, let's just have a think about what we want them to do next then. Maybe we could do some dumping stockpiles. They're going to put bodies here, but maybe that's okay. Dumping stockpiles like this. Let's just trim it back. Is it shrink zones? Trim it back here so that people can walk out of this door well, and maybe like this so people can walk out of that door well. And I think actually we want it one less this way too. This is mostly to stop stuff kind of growing or getting in the way of the wind turbine, but also just to have a place to dump marble. I don't really want rotten stuff here. Don't really want corpses here either. Just chunks. Cool. Perhaps the horseshoe pin is in a weird spot. Fallen monolith. Okay, so then we can also, now that we've done that, we can get a order to haul some stuff. Let's get this stuff all hauled. Fallen monolith. Jess has noticed an ancient monolith buried partially, but oh my gosh. I'm so scared by what that is. I've literally never interacted with it. Don't put the corpses anywhere. Leave them as they are. I don't want to take responsibility or touch the dead things next to the glowing monolith yet. How dare you for even thinking that was a good idea? Oh, we already got one. Brutal. Let's bury that one then. You know, that's really, that's really brought down the mood, having to already figure out where we're gonna get some graves going. Excuse me, no one's planning to die in this situation. We're, gosh, there's loads of space. Just put it anywhere, right? If we make a graveyard, I'm pretty sure we can actually benefit from that anyway. Maybe we should bury all of them. It probably is a bit more of a humanitarian thing to do. It's the kind of thing that we would be like, I imagine a voider being like, ugh, like, I can't be, we're surviving here. Like, we're more important than some random body. But then at some point, their conscience in the back of their mind would be like, okay, look, we've got a little bit of time. Let's just bury these guys and give them a proper setup. Yeah, I don't know if playing hoops, observing the body is better than digging a hole quickly and then putting it in there, so that we don't have to worry about that thing anymore. Let's bury this guy. I wonder if we get a moodlet for uniform thoughts. So yeah, I kind of went for this kind of maybe slightly collectivist thought. Used despised weapon. Oh no. He's anti-primitive and he hates the fact that he's wielding this. Well, good thing you're disciplined. Yeah, he's like, oh, okay. So this orc brings in this, like, gives us this kind of disgusting, kind of stupid anti-physics, anti-logic kind of weapon, which I then am like, look, it's strategically better for you to use this, but you don't have to like it, right, Jess? Fair enough. Okay, that's canonical. We have to use this thing due to its superiority. It doesn't deserve to be superior. It's some sort of illogical nonsense. Some primitive gave it to us. Yes. Well, again, this is barely even compensating for some of the bonuses I've given myself to have such distaste, so can't really complain. A bit of lighting over here is good. Is there much in the way of trees? I had seen a thing where you do like a growing zone over a large area, like so, and then you just disallowed sowing, and that meant that they went and harvested the trees. Is that right? This is ready to harvest. I guess we'll see. Maybe they have to hit maturity to like trigger it. So ones that are already 100% won't be. Let's just chop a couple of them manually. So we do need a bit of wood for the burner. Let's also deconstruct some ship chunks just while we're out here. These things aren't too far away. Obviously you want to start kind of clearing away the good stuff that's nearby first. We've got dromedaries out there. Wild creatures. Okay. Everyone's happy and healthy, it looks like, so far. Moving rocks. Maybe not as good of a use for their time, so let's deprioritize hauling for now because we do have other stuff that can start getting done. Like the construction. Let's do... Okay, so if we're going for this whole theme of information control, we definitely want our own laboratory that's separate. And it needs to be... This is steel walls. I wonder if we could... I mean, it's not very efficient to put it all the way over here, but I'm doing it anyway. I am doing it anyway. I am... Oh god, I'm going to have to run a cable all the way over there. Am I? Can I... It's more... Okay, fine. I can't do it. It's too bad. We'll have to put it over this side somewhere. Maybe... Okay, I like the idea of it being dug in. So we'll just have to accept the loss of efficiency in terms of how long it's going to take for this to happen. And dig in a laboratory over here. So let's put something like... We can do something... I kind of like it being kind of deep in the rock. 6x6, like a decent sized laboratory. This is going to be Jethro's kind of private area. Ooh, okay, you can have... So Jethro's greedy. Let's have him have a private bedroom that's like decent in here. One shit. No, I don't want. He definitely is not going to want to hear the kitchen. No, this is. I can see this. I can see this working. Okay. Back to orders, mining. Have it come out here, so we have a nice thick wall. 7x7 internal, 8x8 internal. It's so extravagant. It's got the problem with Rimworld is there's only so much furniture, so you can't really. Ancient danger. Okay, I thought so. Raid. They're attacking immediately. Who we got? It's one guy with a club, as per usual. Where's our team? Let's get everyone recruited. And let's get them all hustled up together. There's a fence there. Let's leave them out in the open and go use these rocks for cover. Let's go Evie in the front, just to be a distraction. You can't really fight. Jethro and Jess. Perfect. And I think we did give this guy some abilities. This might be an... Oh, they're disabled because these are considered violent. Well, okay. In that case, I had intended for them to be kind of... You can almost imagine like a 40k priest, you know, in the front line, like... Basically not being a contributor, but going like, let's go for the glory and everything like that. Was this intended? Oh, I see. It must have broken. Oh, that's annoying. We wasted a bit of energy there. Okay, you come over here. Everyone's shooting. Oh, we've got a hit. And he's down. Okay, good. Okay, let's see what we've got here in terms of... That's a name. Mr. Ram. He is... Let's see. Bleeding out, but he's... So far, he looks retrievable. No permanent injuries. If we were to patch him up. He's some sort of tribalist. That sends a shiver through Jethro's spine. Good at fighting, good at planting, artistic, chemical interest. He's going to go straight for the... Oh, he's beautiful, though. The beautiful savage archetype coming in. He's got a head wrap. That's good. I think maybe he likes the head wrap, potentially. He's from a cannibal tribe. Oh my god. That is... Last human meal. He has a need for human meat. I don't think we can facilitate that. Is that true? Is it an actual need? Sleep, food? Until he joins our group, we can't see that directly, but it does look like because of this belief, will become unhappy if he goes for 8 days. So I mean, he could definitely eat people, but I don't think you can do stuff secretly in this game. All right, well, this guy might just bleed out on the ground, unfortunately. Luckily, we've dug a grave. Would it be too on the nose to haul him over to the grave before? Yes, it would be. That would be extremely cruel. Okay, bring in a bit more of that wood for the burner. Keep that running. Evie is going to make a start on Jethro's bedroom. Albo Chatra Zigo. That's actually a pretty good name. Albo Chatra Zigo. Albo Chatra Zigo. Albo Chatra Zigo. Zigo. I don't know, it's still a bit of a tongue twister. Maybe I could practice it enough. But, unfortunately, I don't think we will be practicing that because he has a taste for human flesh. And that is exactly the sort of people we expected to meet on this planet. Dirty... What do we call them? Dirtfoots. I'm trying to think of space racism for these factions, of course. But I want it to be elegant. I think spacers or Void family members are not like rash or like too brazen, usually. I mean, some of them are probably more thuggish than others, but they definitely would... My iguana meat's rotting. Yeah, we could have eaten that boy. We forgot to turn our fridge down to fridge temperature. Not really fridge temperature, but... okay, that should be good. We've also opened this up, so let's put some bills in here. For now, let's just do simple meals. If they cook too much, we'll stop them. Who is assigned to cooking? We don't want much food poisoning. It's just Evie, and Evie has 5 skills, so Evie is... As with most of these people, trained in basic survival skills or basic requirements. You know, a Nakmar, I guess, could... Although they have this position of authority, I'm imagining them like, you know, individually they don't... no one cares about this guy individually. He's kind of like the eyes and ears of this greater thing, but he himself is just a kind of random personality. You know, it's almost that you're sorry for him, right? So, he would certainly be a kind of a servant to a nobility person, and would definitely be expected to have basic skills. Okay, so it looks like we almost got caught out with this whole section here too, but that's fine. And yes, it looks like we harvested everything in that area, which was due for harvesting, so this is still quite a bit lower down. Perfect, cool. So that means that we should be now like hunter-gathering almost from this area. So almost like I would like to grow some trees over here. It might take a little bit too much labor. I mean, how is the wood situation? 600 is a lot. I think I started with like a little bit more than you normally would. I say a start in order to try some kind of like slightly extreme scenarios, and I don't really want to run out of wood because it's some of the like basic stuff like your research station or something may require wood, and then it's really annoying if you don't have any trees, if you're on an ice sheet or something and you're like, oh, I came with 200 less wood than is possible to survive with, so I just usually give myself a decent buffer or wood at the start. Mechanoid signal for a grav engine. Okay, so this is the beginning of the new content. So I think we have infinite time to finish this. Taking a signal from a mechanoid ship. Ship's malfunction, slowly losing altitude. Falsely responding to a signal, you can make the ship crash down nearby. Letting you salvage valuable value tech. I guess we just accept this directly. It doesn't seem to have an expiry, so maybe we can just keep it for a while, but let's just accept it. Oh. Wait, it landed directly here? I thought that it landed somewhere else. Ooh. Oh my god. What, are these alive? No. Like, even one of these mechanoids just would annihilate everything, which would have been, I guess, a surprising way to go. There are no mechanoids in my story, really. There is a insectoid race, which I am choosing to kind of think of as analogous in this situation. Let's bury this guy. He's kind of on the way. Let's bury him. It's nice to keep everyone in a little bit of... What are we going to do with all this? And so this comes with the gravitite panels, so that's what we need. This grav engine. So this is exactly the kind of thing. So, yeah, Jethro is insanely pleased by this. Immediately we have the prospect of building a shuttlecraft. He cleans up a little bit as he goes through the house. Oh, everyone's so messy. Look at this. Look at... You didn't clean up after yourself. Just doing all this work. Just get everything... Okay, that's better. Can we come over here at all, Jethro? Is there anything we can do with this? Inspect. You're our big man. Let's go have a look. Of course, we need to check this out now that it's arrived. Amongst the remnants of the crashed mechanoid platform, a still intact grav engine hums with energy. Well, that's good. You can build a grav substructure around the energy to create a new grav ship. The engine pulse against gravity, levitating the ship. Okay, so we need lots of research, thrusters, pilot console, fuel tanks, thrusters. Okay. Launching a grav ship will abandon your current map unless you build a grav anchor first. So we'd have to build a grav anchor too, because I don't really intend for this to be... Okay. Well, I think that it suggests that this thing is now going to be a permanent fixture. Maybe we should just wall it off for now, or maybe we can just leave it. It does have health, presumably, yeah. So it can be destroyed. I had not expected it to come right down here like that, but let's just pull in this grav plating too, just in case it takes environmental damage. That would be extremely annoying. Mechanoid corpses. I mean, these have probably valuable... We have loads of storage space. Let's just take all the corpses in. I don't think they're grotesque. I mean, I don't think they're grotesque, is what I'm saying. I don't know if they consider them to be not grotesque. This is fine, right? Are they deteriorating? Yes. I don't know why I'm even considering these things to be resources. I don't recall ever having... I assume you get plasteel or something out of them. That's probably quite nice. Let's put them in the stockpile storage. This would be our preferred. There's a Cougar hunting Jess. And we are paused. Okay, don't press the unpause button. Let's just do it. Finish what we started here. Mechanoid corpses, yes. So let's get those in from the cold. It's not that cold outside. It's actually pretty warm. Okay, let's clear the grav engine one. Can't do it while there's a dialogue box open. Let's jump here then clear it. Okay, there is a Cougar. Jess is not directly adjacent to it. That is a good start. There's some blood over here, not related to what's about to happen. Okay, Jess is extremely well prepared to defend themselves. Let's bring them out here. Jethro consuming a simple meal. I think because of the nature of this attack, let's get you out here too. Jess. Okay, we've shot the Cougar. Nice one, Jethro. Front right leg. Hopefully that will impede its ability to move. One more shot, Jess. Whoa. Brain destroyed. You are a demon with that thing. Let's see the log. The Cougar's brain was pierced into bits. Pierced into bits. That's a new phrasing. Missing a brain caused the Cougar to die. Whoa, Jess. You may not like wielding that thing, but that is a scary level of demonic proficiency. Let's just make sure. Let's validate our system here. What are you doing currently? You're eating. And then you're coming back in to cook meals. Let's just get you to haul the Cougar and see how the process works. Hopefully, it's either going to take... It's going to take it here, right? Yeah, and then as soon as we're here... Maybe there should be a slaughtering pit over here instead. Because now you can butcher, right? And if you're butchering... Then... Popping the meat back in. Now we can start cooking. Good. Are you good enough to cook? No, I don't think you're good enough yet to cook. We can actually see that here. What are they called? Lavish meals? Not lavish. Fine meals. I think you need 6 to start doing that. Cougar Revenge is an old story at this point. Oh, Jess, what a... I mean, okay. They may not still like the fact that they have to use this thing. But it is pretty effective. This awful barracks is getting rebuffed by Eve. Are you actually flirting with the Nakmars? That is wild behavior. He's flirting with the Nakmars, man. Bedrooms could be another thing. So let's... I mean, the mining has a long way to go. We could do... I mean, I think in reality they would not be upset with a barracks. I think a barracks is the kind of thing that a voider would be completely used to and be like, yep, that's normal. Although, to be fair, I guess they're still human, so I don't want to take all of their humanity away by making them kind of these completely wild guys. But a couple of cabins. Let's pop those in. This is kind of making this whole thing a bit of a roadblock, so maybe in terms of efficiency for routing we could have this changed and this deconstructed, and well, honestly once this is built we can just remove all of this. Actually, we'll just make this whole room bigger. We should have done that already probably, because I guess what can you have a luxurious barracks? Is that a thing? I guess you probably can. Why wouldn't you be able to? Let's do a line out here. Destroy the potatoes that we wasted our time planting. Pop a door in here so we can get in and out. Did that just destroy my plant zone? Kind of. Don't do that. Well, that's kind of annoying, but there's still plenty of area out there, I think. Accessible by this should be fine. So, and I think we want basically a... Ooh, who's this? Visitors? Orc visitors. Grow over war. The more we kill, the stronger we get. I did try that out. I didn't see it ticking up. I don't know if you have to kill a lot in order to level up, but it didn't seem, you know... I didn't know that the orcs would be a main character in this series. It's, you know, there aren't orcs in my story. There are kind of kind of similar to beastmen though, so maybe we can pretend that they're like the beastmen, who do have, you know, are in some ways inspired by orcs for sure. These should probably have a vent so we can psychic drone. Okay, Jethro and Jess are not going to like that. Let's do temperature control already in here. Let's do something like a vent like this, and then heater's not necessary yet, but maybe a cooler could be good. Like so. And then is there enough conduits running around? Let's do one up here anyway. That should be good. Then we also need some lights. Boom and boom. And how good are these beds? We've got normal, normal, and good. Okay, I think we can afford to try to make at least one more. We'll get the good one reinstalled. Reinstall like so. Then we also do. We've got plenty of wood and we've got plenty of time, so let's do end tables. I'm interpreting that as a bedside table. Dresser and a dresser as well. Which is going to actually make Jethro quite annoyed, I think. Grav core detected. Heavily defended by mechanoids. That doesn't sound like something I'm interested in right now. This is a subquest, so this must... Wait, why did I get this one? That's more like what I thought, which seems to be like, go over here and take this. Alright, that's fine. Jess might do well to maybe pick up the revolver while... Can you wield the revolver without being unhappy? Let's just see. The pistol. It's still got used as spy's weapon. I think it's better though, because I think before there was also a modifier for it being primitive. Okay. I haven't actually thought about what kind of hand weapons. Jess is working on these. Jess's construction is 5, 7. Okay, Jess should be working on these. So Jess is actually more skilled at building than Jethro, but Jethro is the one who's allowed to know more stuff. So it's going to be an annoying situation for her or him. So sorry, sometimes when it comes to building some of the newer stuff, because Jethro's going to be like, okay, I figured it out. We're going to do this, and then Jess is going to watch them struggle to to create it, knowing full well that helping would be extremely frowned upon potentially. Let's do. What is it? Misk again. Let's do a few more graves. Having a decent number of graves is going to be helpful if we come across a bad situation. It's really nice to be able to just put those away. We've put these guys inside. That's good. We've got lighting in here now. We're making simple meals. That's very good too. I think we were going to actually do like a little bit of a defensive thing here, so maybe we should do that. I think that should be just as easy as... We're out of wood? We're out of wood. Okay. We have been building a wall. Building a wall out of wood, notorious for evaporating the wood supplies. Let's take some of the closer wood, because we did initially take the far away stuff, which I think hopefully will be quite nice for us. Things over there to grab too. That might be a nice top up. We've got some headway here. Let's haul these things out of here. We've hit steel, which is both good and bad. I think it takes a longer time to get through the steel, but steel is, you know, obviously a welcome resource. Is that a cassowary? It's an emu. Okay. It's a stab scar on its tail. Well, you know, everyone's had a different experience at life, that's for sure. Everyone is headed to bed. We've got a nice bedroom set up, but Jess chooses to sleep next to Evie anyway. Now, starting to understand why Evie is rejecting the social pressure. Let's see if that's still chatted about. Heelroot chatted about. So they're socializing. That's nice. They have positive relationships with each other. That's good. I mean, Void people would be very, I think, very have close camaraderie with one another, like quite naturally. No power on that one, so we need some power. We need some hidden conduit. We need some run this through there. Should do it. There's a car here. Ancient car. We can't deconstruct that. We can deconstruct this mechanoid ship chunk though. Seems slightly unusual, but it's fine. Do we get more of these gravelite panels, do you think, out of that? It seems like a lot. Are we able to build like an insane spaceship already? I hope not, because I feel like I'm not really ready for that yet. I haven't even really dug out my research area, so, you know, I mean, I guess it gives us hope that we can get off this dirty rock and back into the pristine environment of a void shift. A void shift. That looks like a lot of steel, potentially. Okay, okay. Visitor. Who we got? God Stomper Domanic. That seems like... it's like the biggest big boss name of all time. Okay. We're being regularly visited by orcs, which is fun. The Solitary Knight. A Knight of the Empire of God. Okay, I don't know who they are, but we don't obviously believe in random gods. He's calling from nearby. His guards were killed in an ambush. He escaped. He's being followed by a man-hunting hare. Do you want to keep him safe for a few hours until a shuttle can pick him up? Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. And the honor will go to EV, because then they can be a psychic person, which kind of also ties in slightly with the way that the lore is intended to work, and that they kind of don't really have powers, so to speak, bespoke, but right, cool, you're coming in. Where's the hare? Man hunting hare. Jump to location. Okay, let's let it come in a little bit. Who is going to deal with it? I guess we should get everyone involved. Jethro and Jess is probably going to be enough. You come over here. Right. Don't shoot the grav reactor. Boom, 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 boom. And whoa, this hair is. Okay, we pistol whipped him down at the last step. Slammed the hair in the body. Fired competently at the hair. Yeah, exactly. We've been trained. My gosh, look at that. 3 gunshots. This thing was still coming. I guess it only got shot in the legs and feet. That, you know, still, I feel like that would have taken down a kind of the average animal. Anyway, this has been another episode of Rimworld. Thanks for joining us. Exciting progress. I think this mechanoid drop was a bit of an unexpected thing, but I think we can make ourselves work with it. If you've enjoyed, please leave a comment or a like if you like. And anyway, we'll see you next time.